Hey guys, my name is Lucas and today we're going to talk about becoming more self-confident. First of all, realize that you create you is about 1 in 1.2 billion people. That means out of 1.2 billion people, it was you that came into this world. That already tells you that you're this incredibly lucky person and that you should feel confident that you are in life, because out of this, you already had such luck to be here. And that, for me at least, and I bet for you too, is something to just be totally grateful for. And it means you have a chance here to do something amazing. But that only happens when you raise your self-confidence and when you're confident enough to be yourself truly and fully. We have been conditioned so much by life, by the society, by everyone around us, that we're worth less than we're actually worth. We're getting minimum wage, which is not a lot at all, and that for that amazing, unique person that you are, that had such a little chance of being in this world. And then society tells you, yeah, all that luck, all that chance, all those possibilities are worth $8 an hour to us. Come on, I mean seriously, that's not what the worth of an individual is. Every single person is worth way more than that. It's like the Mona Lisa. It's an unpayable amount. You cannot pay for one person. And you just have to realize that. You have to realize that you're this amazing person that can add so much to the world. You could be the next Albert Einstein, you could be the next Gandhi, you could be the next person. But if you don't believe it, then you will never accomplish anything. So just let yourself out. Don't try to hide it. Just because society tells you you're worth $8 an hour and other people tell you, oh, you're just like that, or oh, you're normal, or you're not as good, or oh, you're maybe better. It's stupid. Ignore everyone else. You're unique. You're an individual, and no one has ever been, will ever be, and is anything like you right now. You are an individual, and no one in the entire history of the world will ever experience what you experience, will ever have the dreams you have, and will never be you. And that's something that I feel like just boosts your self-confidence, because that means that you are unique. You are one of a kind. Not one in a million, not one in a billion, one ever. Out of all the numbers in the world, there's just one of you. And once you realize this, you realize what it is that you need to do. You need to let yourself out to the world so that you can do whatever it is that you can bring to the world. Because only you have that option. Only you have that opportunity. So how do you develop self-confidence? Because you need a lot of confidence to let yourself out and not try to fit to society standards. Well, there's a couple tips that I have for you that can instantly boost your self-confidence. The first one is to realize that you don't need any reason whatsoever to be self-confident. That's a tip that Brendon Burchard always gives, and it's an amazing tip. You don't need a reason. Just decide that today you're going to be self-confident. You're going to walk out there and you're just going to do whatever you need to do because you feel like it. No other reason. Just because you want to. Just because you feel like being self-confident. The next tip is just to move like you are the self-confident person. Not the cocky person, but the self-confident person. Adjust your body so it reflects what you should feel inside. We all know what a self-confident person looks like, right? Stand up tall, chest out, shoulders back, head held high, and always looking up, and maybe a quirky smile on their face. You know, that's a self-confident person. And once you move like that, once you adjust your body to portray that, you will feel that a lot more inside. And it's the same concept when you're smiling. When you're smiling, you get happier. That's been proven so many times. And when you're depressed and hunched down and hunched over and you're sad and you're mumbling, then you're gonna be less confident and more sad. So every time you realize that you want to be more self-confident, just pop out your chest. That's all you need to do. Just pop out your chest, be like, yeah, what? I can deal with anything. Whatever life gives me, I can deal with that. The third tip is the scariest one, but the one that works the best. And that is to just get out of your comfort zone. Do things that you're afraid to do. That may seem like a really contradictory thing, but if you do these scary things just for the purpose of doing them, it will boost your self-confidence like nothing else will. If you're afraid to talk to this girl or this guy at the bar, then when you do that for the purpose of talking to them, not for the purpose of getting their number, but for the purpose of just talking to them, you'll realize, hey, I did it. And that felt amazing because I finally did something I was afraid to do. And the more you do that, the more confidence you will get. And the same thing applies to everything else. If you're afraid of heights, go someplace that's up high. If you're afraid of spiders, go and look at some spiders. If you're whatever it is, just do it. And I'm not saying that if you're afraid of heights, you should go skydiving the first time. Or if you're afraid of spiders, you should let 10 tarantulas crawl up and down your arms. That's a bit too much. But get out of your comfort zone. Just do something that you always wanted to do, but that you don't quite feel comfortable in, or that scares you a little bit. Just a little bit. Because that will just make you feel so amazing and so powerful when you can accomplish it. And the fourth tip and the last tip I'm going to give you today is just to be yourself. Not to try to be yourself, but to let yourself out. To not hide yourself from the world. We always try to hide ourselves, to help others, to adjust to others, or to make others like us in any way, shape, or form. And that's why we hide something of ourselves. You notice this a lot with jokes. Sometimes you have this really bad joke or this really unfitting joke and you decide not to say it. But you think it would be really funny in that situation. Well, I'm telling you to tell that joke. Yeah, of course, it's gonna get some criticism, but then at least you can say, well, that's me. I think that's funny, and I stand to that. I stand to who I am, because this is who I am, and if you don't like it, then you can go blow off somewhere else. This is me, this is who I am, and I like that freaking joke. So when you do these things, just remember that self-confidence is not something you get from the outside. It's something that comes from within. And it's not something that's acquired, it's something that's already there that you just maybe need to boost a little bit. And you can always gain more self-confidence. Whoever you are watching this, whether you're low self-confidence, whether you're fine where you are, or whether you're this really self-confident person, you can always get more. You can always be more sure of yourself. That doesn't mean to be cocky, but it means to just be certain in who you are and certain in your abilities, in your capabilities, in your goals, in your dreams, in your emotions, in everything. Just be certain in who you are. And that's what a self-confident person is. And when you finally become that really self-confident person, you won't have a reason to hide who you are anymore. And that will make you find the people that love you for you. Not for the person you portray, or the person that you put in front of yourself so you can hide who you really are, but who you really are. They will love you for what's inside, truly, because you portray it outside and you attract the people that love you. And I think that's definitely something worth doing these things for. Even getting out of your comfort zone, even doing those little things that scare you. If you imagine what the goal is, that you will have people around you that love you for who you are, and that you love yourself for who you are, I think it's definitely worth it.